Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Christy Don One, and I am back with another video. We're gonna be talking about Jackie Chan and what's going on with Rush Hour 4. Basically, Jackie Chan in a recent radio interview stated that Rush Hour 4 is being worked on, hasn't gone through production yet, and there's a caveat basically on why it's taking so long for this movie to happen. Basically, Chris Tucker has to sign on with the deal. Now, for those out there who've been living under a rock, allow a brother to explain. Rush Hour was a movie. Oh my God, 11 years ago, 13 years ago, maybe, where Jackie Chan, and Chris Tucker, and I forgot their characters' names. Basically, the first one was the concept. It kind of reminded you of Lethal Weapon with a comedy twist. These two were trying to solve a mystery, a murder mystery together, and Jackie Chan, it was a Tokyo cop, and Chris Tucker was an inspiring a police officer in LA. Actually, it wasn't a murder, it was a kidnapping of the prime minister's daughter, and both of them gotten together to solve it. Man, it's been so long since I heard the words Rush Hour, okay? The first one was a success. The sequel was okay. And the third one was just there, okay? And this is one of those movies that Chris Tucker made. Other than Friday, was a great movie, but it wasn't one of those type of movies that was recognized throughout. Okay, mainly in the hip hop culture, the urban culture. Friday was a huge successful hit, and Chris Tucker also did Rush Hour. Now everyone assumed that, well, it's quite natural that Chris Tucker was going to keep his role as on Friday and Rush Hour, but other movies came along his way, and Chris, throughout Hollywood, Chris Tucker. A lot of people say that the reason why Chris Tucker didn't do a sequel to Friday and really slow down on movies is because of really his commitment. He's not one of those types of actors that feel like he has to do a movie all the time, every year. Okay. Plus he's a stand-up comedian, and with the recent about 5 or 6 years ago, Chris Tucker has money problems, and he did a stand-up show for Netflix, and he's still doing stand-up, and stand-up to him is better for him than actually staying locked down 6 months to a year producing a movie. Okay, so Jackie Chan wants to expand his role in Rush Hour 4. Okay, he doesn't want to be the sidekick cop to Chris Tucker. Now, if you look at Rush Hour, everyone assumed that Chris Tucker was the leading role. Okay, and Jackie Chan was his co-star. Okay, because when Rush Hour first started, Chris Tucker was a bigger name in Hollywood than Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan did a lot of international films. Okay, and Jackie Chan is big in China and Tokyo. Okay, this is the first Rush Hour. And they paired him up with Jackie Chan because he was this up and coming star, comedian slash star. And they, worked together. They have great chemistry. And Jackie Chan wants to expand his role. Now, when I saw the interview, he didn't go into complete details on what he really means by expanding the role. And a lot of people are not aware that Jackie Chan is really the only one pushing this project. He said also in this radio interview, it took him years to nail down the right script for Rush Hour 4. Okay, so Jackie Chan is doing all the legwork when it comes to hyping up Rush Hour 4, and he wants to expand his role, make it, he wants to make it a more action type of movie, one of those big blockbuster action type movies, and sprinkled in with some comedy. The first Rush Hour was more about the comedy portion, the delivery, the characters, Chris Tucker as a comedian. Basically, it was Chris Tucker as a comedian in this large production action movie, and that's what made it so popular, made it so funny. And Jackie Chan wants to making it action sprinkled in with some comedy, and that's probably why Chris Tucker is taking so long to sign on to this movie, because that's not really Chris Tucker's MO. Okay, the very best Chris Tucker is the Chris Tucker you get him in a movie project where he's ad-libbing. He really doesn't stick to a script. He sort of just does his own thing. The unexpected of Chris Tucker, and that's what makes Chris Tucker so successful in a lot of his early movies. And Jackie Chan wants this streamlined. He wants everything on pace. He doesn't want the unexpected of Chris Tucker doing a lot of ad-libs. He still wants him to do it, but he doesn't want him to do it as much as he did in Rush Hour. Okay, so basically, Chris Tucker is still holding on. They have to get him signed on to Rush Hour 4. Now, one would assume that, well, what if Chris Tucker doesn't like how Rush Hour 4 is being written? Will they, when you mean they, Jackie Chan and the writing team, will they, make the script more, to Chris Tucker's liking? One would never know, but Chris Tucker doesn't have the pull that he had when he first went into movies, okay, with Friday and the first Rush Hour. Chris Tucker did a bunch of movies, and it's a lot of New Line Cinema movies. He did the burglary, the bank robber movie. I can't think of it on the tip of my tongue. That was a cult following successful movie, and he also did a movie with Bruce Willis. Okay, so in his early heyday, Chris Tucker did a lot of movies. Okay, so Chris Tucker name back then was on and popping. 2017, I don't think Chris Tucker has that same pull, that same reach. So it may be a scenario where writers will, try to, if they can get Chris Tucker signed on, try to keep Chris Tucker on to the script. And I think Jackie Chan wants the Rush Hour to be one of those movies like Fast and Furious, okay, where they're constantly making movies for this universe of Rush Hour. And I think Rush Hour lost its edge because it's taken so long for them to make this movie. Okay, Rush Hour 1 was out before any of the, I mean, Fast and the Furious, Harry Potter, you name it. And these movies have multiple entities to this universe. And it's 2017, and you're talking about Rush Hour 4. Okay, now there were talk there. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that they was going to have a TV show called Rush Hour. I don't know if it came on last fall or is it entertaining this fall. I remember reading somewhere about Rush Hour 4 was going to be a show on regular TV, and I believe it was last year, and I don't think it was a huge success. I think it came on CBS. It wasn't a huge success, and if that, if that doesn't, and if the TV show wasn't a huge success, then I don't think Rush Hour 4, even with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, is going to be this successful movie franchise. Okay, I think it had its moment. I think it had its moment in the sun decades ago, but I just don't think anyone is clamoring for Rush Hour 4 now. There were talk. I mean, there was talk about redoing Rush Hour with two different with younger actors. Okay, I think Jay Farrell from Saturday Night Live. He's no longer doing Saturday Night Live anymore. Was supposed to be in one of those actors that they was trying to get in. I don't know who was going to play Jackie Chan, but they was going to make a reboot of Rush Hour, and that fell through primarily because of one. Jackie Chan really wants it has control of this movie. So this movie, if they do a reboot, it has to go through Jackie Chan, and he's willing to do that. Okay, just like I heard talk of the next Friday, Chris Tucker was supposed to be coming back, and I think that idea has fallen off of deaf ears because of Chris Tucker is one of those types of people that will drag it on, and he would stall a lot of projects simply because he doesn't mind making movies, but he's in no rush to make movies. Okay, Chris Tucker kind of likes his lifestyle right now as just doing stand up. Okay, it's a lot easier for him to do stand up shows than to spend a year, maybe 2 years in a movie. Okay, doing a movie. Okay, he's one of those type of brothers who likes to do different things. All right, but guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and I am out, y'all.